Hey guys, so I'm gonna apologize for my appearance in advance. I just had surgery on my armpit, which you can kind of see here. I'm gonna try to do another video that goes more into detail on that whole experience. Um, but I was told to refrain from using this arm, as well as that makes me left-handed, which is not a normal thing for me. I'm normally right-handed, so that makes everything difficult. So, not trying to shave. Um, because it's probably a safety thing for me too. Um, and obviously not doing makeup and hair or anything like that because clearly that's going to be a situation. So, what I've been noticing is a lot of the videos are not being viewed when my image is not shown. Like if it's a product or something that I'm like going through, it's looked at less. So I'm taking that into strong consideration. And so this series of videos during my recovery, which is supposed to be, I'm not supposed to do anything with the arm or drive until around like October 9th when I go in to see the surgeon. Then he'll let me know what I'm allowed to do and that sort of thing. So I've pretty much been stuck at home, no gaming, because obviously I can't use my right hand. Um, and yeah, and no driving, so not really going anywhere. So not really doing anything right now. But what I guess this video will be about we'll make this about Cephalaxin. So this is a 500 milligram cap that I take 4 times a day. It's an antibiotic that I take for 7 days, and I'm just taking it as a preventative measure from the surgery, because I'm not supposed to get it wet or do anything with it or whatever. And that's a whole month. Like I just had the surgery last Thursday, so October 9th when I go and see him, like this is going to be untouched for an entire month pretty much. They did give me gauze and another sticker to put if this does for any reason open up or moisture gets in there, then I can go and do it. But I feel like that's going to be traumatizing. What's good so far is I've looked at it and like the cloth that's in there is completely white, so it's not like there's any blood or anything like that. So things seem to be going well, and I'm not in any kind of pain. Like if anything, I'll feel like a pinch. Um, and I guess this is turning into more about the arm thing. But yeah, so just about a pinch. So I haven't taken any of the medication for the actual pain, um, which was a good thing because what I've noticed in reading a lot of reviews and stuff from people with gastroparesis is pain medications, whereas it may help with some symptoms, aggravate a whole other, and I didn't want to even go there because this antibiotic is enough. I've taken K-Flex or K-Flexin a couple of times this year even, and maybe a couple of times last year, because what I've noticed is with the gastroparesis, I've been getting a lot of bacterial infections or just random other things in general. So this is, I've had it a few times now, but I'm only taking it for preventative measures, and it was prescribed to me for this particular thing. So I'm very glad that it's going to be ending today. So tomorrow will be my first day off of it, which is going to be hopefully a whole different Davy because this exacerbates the gastroparesis symptoms. I am super even more fatigued to the point where I've been like not passing out, but like falling asleep during the day, like take a nap. I normally don't do that. Um, and it just, the headache, the bloating is like persistent, like full day, like looking like a pregnant person for the most part. And it just like you feel like your body's at a standstill. Like if if your stomach wasn't emptying before, it just feels like it's emptying a lot less. And then the bowel movements have been a lot more thinner. I noticed that there's been a lot more of them. But in the beginning, like the very first day after, like not for an entire day, which is always scary to me because I always, in the beginning of my gastroparesis, I was like, I know that you have to have the bowel movements to get stuff out, and so that's probably a sign that things are actually moving through. And so whenever I don't see that happening, that always freaks me out. And so I want things to happen because this whole time since my surgery, I haven't changed anything with my diet. If anything, I'm only getting 5 meals in a day, whereas I normally should be getting 6 meals in a day. But I'm also not exercising. I am taking a walk every other day for about 10 minutes to represent the cardio that I would normally get going to the gym every other day. But that's about it. I haven't been cleared to do any kind of other exercise or anything. So I'm doing that, and then I'm still doing my my muscle stimulator thing, my little TENS unit. So still again getting way off track. So what I wanted to bring up was the Cephalaxin for people that are, have gastroparesis. Just want to give you guys a heads up that it does exacerbate the symptoms, like the fatigue is much more, headache is much more, the bloating is definitely much more. Because I feel like when I comment every day about my bloating, it's usually like a mild situation, and this is definitely like distended, full belly, and so it just makes it a little bit more uncomfortable. But I think that's it. So just be really careful with the Cephalaxin. Make sure that you speak with your doctor on if there's any options to lessen the dose, because yeah, a lot of the times I felt like it was back to back to back. And sometimes when I would burp after taking the medication, you could totally taste the antibiotic, which I don't think I've ever experienced that before with any other medication or any other time in my life, except for with gastroparesis. And that might just be because it's sitting there and isn't really going down fast enough. I don't know, but just something to look out for as far as the Cephalaxin.